Alright class, girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen, a very special good evening to one and all. Myself Shabnam from the Code Ark, and we welcome you all, welcome you all at the day 31st of our full stack web development series. And would be glad if I could get a go ahead from you. Audibility, visibility, all clear, correct? Alright, by the time you input us in the chat section, we continue. A quick recap of what we have seen last class. We met last week Friday, that was at day 30. Is that okay? Fine. Alright, we were talking about some 2D pattern printing program, and we were also talking about some font awesome, correct? Yes. Good evening Jayashri, good evening Navin and everyone. Okay, we were talking about some font awesome class effects of BootStrap. Is that right? Alright, and in fact we were there that day for some small time and couldn't talk about BootStrap a lot due to some technical issues. Okay, without wasting any time today, let's take ourselves to a level higher in BootStrap. That is, you will find some features which are mostly present in the modern days app and the website. Okay, modern days apps and the website. Navin, the class has already started. 4:30 to 5:30, the class has already started. I hope I'm audible to you all, correct? Alright. People, if somebody could comment to us in the chat section, audibility, visibility, all clear, right? Okay. Fine. So this is our agenda for the day today. This is our agenda. Okay, this is BootStrap day 4. Okay, this is BootStrap day 4. We are going to talk about collapse. We are going to talk about models. Okay, thank you everyone. Then we are going to talk about how to create carousels, the way your Instagram provides carousels. Similarly, how to create carousels of images on the web page, how to provide a tooltip, how to provide a popover on some content. Alright, but these are all some good features. I can't say very advanced, but good features that enhances the look, feel and the usability of your website or a web page. Not only website or a web page, in fact, even if you're working for the development of any mobile phone app, like an Android app or app made using Kotlin, Swift, etc. So let's start one by one. We'll be starting from collapse. Okay, collapse is a feature, people. Okay, say if I write like this, collapse, something like this. Okay, so collapse is a feature, or let me say an inbuilt class provided by BootStrap to hide or show a particular element. Alright, to hide or show the particular element. Now I'll come to your point at the end of the class. For the final time today, remind me what notes are missing. I'll forward it to you right inside the live class or maybe immediately after the class ends. Is it okay? Take it. Coming back to the point. Collapse practically talks about when to hide, or let me say the hiding or showing of a particular element. For example, today what are we doing? See, look at this. Okay. Ignore this image below. I've just kept it created to show you the output first today. When I click on this click button, you find an image, and when I click it back, the image goes off. Again, when I click on this image button, you find an image, the rose image, and when I click on it, it goes off. Is that okay? So this is what is the meaning of collapse. Okay, let's see how to achieve that. This is my Visual Studio Code. I create one new file. Let me call it as day 31 program.html. Okay, fine. This completes my code automatically. Alright, you copy some codes for BootStrap from the official website of BootStrap. I'm copying it from one of the already coded program. So here it is. Okay, a style sheet for Bootstrap and 2 to 3 JavaScript files. Alright, one is a popper, one is a jQuery, one is a file for jQuery, one is a file for popper, one is a file for entire Bootstrap bundle. Once again, to remind you all, you never have to by heart these paths. You will always get this link from the official documentation of Bootstrap that we have already shared on day 1 of Bootstrap. ठीक है, अभी जरा थोड़ा ध्यान रखिए. Slowly, steadily, if you focus on the concept, these things become forever grasped in your head. So here we go. Alright, fine. A short theory that I have written here, if it could help you. Okay, class collapse. People, class collapse declares a collapsible element. Collapsible element means this notepad file I'll be sharing with you. Lecture day 30 or day 31 lecture material. So it declares a collapsible element means this will be shown or it will be hidden when you click a button. अभी वो button भी हो सकता है, वो link भी हो सकता है. In my case, this was a link, correct? See, click is a link here, people. It's not a button. So when I click on this link, some content is shown. And when I click back to this link, the content gets hidden. Because that content, which is an image in this example, that's a collapsible. Okay, fine. So let's see how to do that. Fine. I first create a button here. Button. You want to create some ordinary button. I create the button as BTN primary. Can I? Alright, BTN primary. And I write some text on this button as show. Fine. Okay, let me save this and keep the program to execute behind. Oh, okay, here we go. So the show button is here and nothing happens when somebody clicks on this button. Clear? Okay, this is one thing. Next, I create some paragraph. I give some ID to the paragraph. Let me say this is paragraph 1, P1. ID given to the paragraph. And I write some content here. Say this is Bootstrap component. What should I write? Collapse. Okay, collapse. That's it. Collapse. Is it clear? Fine. But if you simply write like this, you will see the paragraph printed here. अरे भाई ऐसा displayed नहीं चाहिए था हमको. So what do? We give this a Bootstrap class of collapse. Okay, so now if you see, you won't find that paragraph present here because class is equals to collapse means this is a collapsible element. This has automatically made your paragraph a collapsible element, जिसका मतलब ये होता है, now this element will be shown only if some button or a link is clicked. Right? So what I want to do, I want to connect this collapsible element to my button. Okay, this paragraph which is a collapsible element, I want to connect it to the button. How will you do that? We need two attributes here. First one called as data toggle. Okay, data toggle. Now what do you mean to data toggle? That means if this button is clicked, toggle to collapse. Okay, toggle means what? People switch. कहाँ जाना है वो ये बताता है, क्या करना है. Okay, data toggle. A small definition of the toggle that I have written here. I don't know whether I have written it or not. Okay, look here. Right, to show or hide the collapsible content. Right, so what to do if this button is clicked? This is a question I'm asking. Data toggle always asks what to do. What to do if this button is clicked? That's what data toggle asks. And what is the answer we have given? Collapse. That means you have to show or hide some collapsible content. Right? So keep this first question in mind. Data toggle collapse. Data toggle collapse. So what does that mean? Come on, what does that mean? That means show or hide collapsible content when the element is clicked or when the button is clicked. Button or link is clicked. So people definitely, if this is the first question it is going to answer, so it will definitely ask you where is that content, okay, which you want to show or hide. Is that right? Content kidhar hai bhai that you want to show, right? You are correct that if somebody clicks on this button, people display the collapsible content. This is what is the meaning of data toggle. Change the control to. So button will be changed to, let me say, collapsible content. Understood? So it is that's what it is asking here, but display the collapsible content. So if you code only till here and come back here, no, it isn't ready to show you anything, although I'm clicking so many times. So one more attribute that is required here is data target. Okay, and data target is always the ID of that element whose content you want to show when clicked. ID of that element जिसका content तुम्हें show करना है when clicked. So content is here under this paragraph. Alright, so target element is P1. Always use hashtag before the ID is here. You can't write just ID. Just IDs are written when you declare the ID. When you're using that ID, you have to use it with hashtag. Okay, I repeat this point again. You just can't write only P1. No, only IDs are written. P1 kind of only ID is written when you declare the ID. When you are calling any ID, you have to use it or reference it with hashtag. Clear? Alright, so coming back to this point, data toggle quick. When this button is clicked, what to do? Show some collapsible content. Who said that this code, data toggle, show some collapsible content? So definitely from this instruction, another question arises. Where is that collapsible content? Search in the target whose ID is P1. Yes, my friend. Now when ID is mandatory here, if there is no ID, you can never define data target. You can consider ID is the real hero of the movie. You understood? Alright, ID is mandatory. That's obligatory. You can't miss on ID here. Okay, because it is possible. Guys, look, there is a division tag here also. Okay, say there is a division tag here also, D1. This is also of the class collapse. आप समझ रहे बात? This is also collapse. This is another element. So data toggle collapse means what? This says show some collapsible element. But which one? The one whose ID is P1 or the one whose ID is D1? Is that okay? The one whose ID is P1. So if I write P1, and if I come back here and I click this, correct? But if I write D1, and if I write D1, who is the element whose ID is D1? This is the division tag. This is another element it says. So if I click here, am I right? I hope you got my point. What if we did not mention the ID? So that's what I did in the first attempt, na? मैंने पहला data target लिखा ही नहीं था. Cut this. Don't mention the target. Now 100 times you click this show button. I'm clicking it, guys. I'm clicking this so many times. If you could hear my laptop hitting hard, there is nothing happening. Why? Because you have not mentioned which content. Okay? Data toggle value is a class. Yes, my friend, that's a class. That's a keyword or a class, you can call it as. Okay, this is a default class. Collapse. And from where it will derive the definition, all these libraries which have been already included. Got it? Bootstrap libraries. Libraries, when I say, that means some of them are the style sheets, some of them are the JavaScript files. So it finds its definition right from the Bootstrap definitions and its links. Clear? Yeah, instead of collapse, we are going to use many more data toggle today. The idea gets clearer yet. But you tell me first, is this part understood or not? If you don't write data target, tell me what is the first meaning of data toggle? Data toggle is equals to collapse. That means if this button is clicked, call the collapsible element. अरे but इस program में नीचे 100 collapsible element है. समझ रहे आप? There is 100 collapsible element. Which collapsible element you want to call? That is the one whose ID is P1 or D1 or T1 or L1 or Q1. So that is mentioned by data target. Okay, this is not JavaScript. Now Bootstrap is not JavaScript that you expect me to write. Get element by ID here. Correct? ये कोई जावास्क्रिप्ट का कोड थोड़ी है that you are expecting that somebody will write document dot get element by id p1, get element by id t1. No. So this is a bootstrap attribute, let me say, data toggle and data target. So data toggle always asks you people what to do when the button or a link or someone is clicked, what to do. Is it okay? And data target always asks you what to open. Right? So keep these two questions in mind. Data toggle पूछेगा करना क्या है? What to do? Right? And data target always asks you what to open. Right? Most of the time it becomes necessary, if you write data toggle, you have to write data target. I hope you got my point. Then you have to use with dot class. What do you mean by that? I didn't get the meaning of the point. Dot class? No, my friend, no. There is no dots here. You see, are we using any dot here? No, we aren't using. These are basically the keywords. Okay, these are basically the keywords. Try to understand. When I said class names means, I wanted to say these are basically the keywords. I think you misunderstood wrong. No, my friend, no. That's not. I think what Shreyas is asking makes sense. He's asking तो फिर इसके पीछे हमको dot use करना चाहिए था. Okay, take the point this way. These are the keywords which are inbuilt in Bootstrap. These are not classes. Classes are only the ones which you define with the class here. Acha, you were telling to Navin. Okay, I'm sorry. I think I thought you were correcting us on if I went wrong somewhere. Good, but thank you for that. These are keywords. Now tell me, is all the confusion correct? Fine. Data toggle, ऐसे याद रखिए please. ऐसे look, I'm writing here in the comments. If you also want to note it down, I'm writing here as a comment. Data toggle. Always ask the question. Always ask what to do. Okay, what to do. Answer this question with our context here. Data toggle collapse means if this button is clicked, hi everyone, if this button is clicked, call the collapsible element. Okay, and data target, come on, data target always answers the question or always asks the question what to open. Okay, fine. So this time what have we answered? That data target is equals to, okay, nothing is written here. Let me call that. Let me call some ID. Hashtag I1 or who are here, I don't know now. P1. P1 is one ID, P2 is another ID. Okay, so this is how it works. Correct? Alright. Now tell me, what if I want to display the image? Everybody work out on this code quick. ये कोड फिर कैसे किया होगा आपने? किसी लिंक को क्लिक करने पर इमेज दिखता है. If I click it back, the image is gone. No, Shreyas, no, you can't do that. My friend, you can't do that. Dot collapse, no. If you're getting confused this way, then treat it not as a class name. That's what I concluded in the last point. Collapse here is a keyword. Okay? Good that you have made this doubt clear. Collapse is a keyword. It's not a class name. It comes with some defined meaning. Like Shreyas, align is equals to center. Do you write dot center? Tell me. Color is equals to red. Do you write dot red? So these are some inbuilt values of the attributes. Correct or not? Align is equals to left. Align equal to right. Align equal to justify or center. So left, right and center, are these classes? No, these are not classes. Correct? Had they been the class, I would have used dot with them. Right? So data target, or let me say data, what was that? Toggle is equals to tooltip, data toggle collapse, data toggle something else. These are not classes. These are the inbuilt values of these attribute. You can use them with any one of these. Correct? Is that clear now? Fine, but my question is not yet answered. What if I want to click on some link or some button and the image should come? Hurry up. How will I do that? So let me come here. Let me take some image. img src is equals to, okay, let me take the same one. I have a rose image. I take its width as 50 because the image is very big. Height as also 50. Got it? Height is also 50. So if I could come here, it shows me the image irrespective whether I click on it or I don't click. वो तो तब भी बता रहा है. It is still displaying, correct or not? Right? So what I do is, tell me, come on. IMG, give it some ID. ID is equals to, let me call it as I1. Huh? Okay, but ID देने से कोई फर्क पड़ा? No, it is still displaying. So make it collapsible first. How will you make it collapsible? Class is equals to collapse. This is how you make it collapsible. Now this is not visible, but how to make it visible? When I click on some button or when I click on some link, right? On clicking on this button, so just change the data target from P1 to I1. Now see, is it? Is it? Is it? Okay. What if you wanted the same thing to happen if you click on some link? Come on. You coded anywhere, I coded here. href is equals to, I'm just writing hashtag, means a link to self. Okay. Data toggle is equals to collapse. Means what is the meaning of this data toggle here? If somebody clicks on this link, call the collapsible element. Clear? Call the collapsible element. So which element but? Which collapsible element? Let it be defined by data target. That is hashtag I1. Right, so only difference between these two is, here we created button which will call the collapsible element. Now we have created a link which will call the collapsible element. Okay, you want, you can give some image here, but I am writing it as click me. Click. Just I'm writing click. C-L-I-C-K. Click. Save. Out. Save. This is click. And it goes. It comes. It goes. Clear. Clear. Alright. All of us understood. People, more than collapse is the concept of data toggle and data target. Clear? अभी भी नहीं समझा तो बता दीजिए. You will find the definition of data toggle, data target at different resources on internet. Even the BootStrap documentation also. But हम उधर confuse हो जाएंगे अगर आप ये दो क्वेश्चन नहीं समझोगे तो. Okay, this is always going to ask you what to do. करना क्या है? If this particular element is clicked, क्या करना है? So this is what I answered. Call collapsible element. Data toggle collapse. So the second question that it will straight ask you, सीधा पूछेगा, अरे 100 collapsible element है नीचे. Are you getting my point? 100 collapsible elements are there. Whom to open? Tell me the ID. That is answered by data target. The English meaning of the word target itself explained. But target किधर है? कहाँ है? Good. Thank you everyone who acknowledge us in the chat section. Thank you so much for that. Clear? Fine. Alright. If this was, let me say, if this was collapse, let me show you something which is a modals. Okay, modals, people. You might have experienced model so many times while browsing internet. आपके सामने model कई बार आया होगा, but you might have never realized this is called as a model. You know, suppose I opened a website. I'm studying something about JavaScript, and I open a website. After a minute or maybe after 2 minutes, suddenly my screen become gray, and one additional message on the top of the screen comes, and until I respond to that message by either saying close or saying okay, it doesn't go, और पीछे वाला website is full disabled. Has it ever happened with you? कभी भी हुआ है आपके साथ ऐसा? Sometimes it happens in your mobile phone apps also. So I opened some kind of banking app, or I opened some kind of Netflix or Uber, Ola, or Swiggy, Zomato, or maybe some other app. You know, or maybe GPay. Or sometimes it happens, you know, the app behind is grayed, and on the top of the app there is another message that has come up, and until we respond to that message, actually you can't access the app or website in the background. That's called as a modal. Alright, उसको हम modal बोलते हैं, people. Somewhere for the class today I have written the modal. So that effect is achieved with class as modal. It declares an element to be a pop-up to be displayed on the top of the page. Mind you, this part of the definition is very important here, to be displayed on the top of the page. Alright, fine. अच्छा, मॉडल बनाने के लिए ये सब क्लास और सब क्लास हमको यूज करना पड़ता है. So let me show you one by one. Clear? Let me show you this one by one. So what I do is I come here. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. I'm in a different program. Day 31 is our program. By mistake, I went into some other file. Okay. Let me put it as a comment here. If font size is too small, let me know. I'll increase it. Okay. Modals. Model demonstration. Okay. Model demonstration. Okay. Once again, I click a button. Now, no, my friend, alert message is not a modal. Understood? Alert messages are generally created using toast. Navin, my other friends who are present here, Navin gives us an example of alert messages or maybe some pop-up messages, but that is not a modal. What happens, in alert or in pop-up, the web page or the app page behind is not disabled. Alright, see, I'll show you the difference first. Let me code this button here. So this is a button. Once again, let me say class of this button as button primary. Okay, let me take button dark. Right, so that different classes will keep revising. नहीं तो हम वो use करते रह जाएंगे. Alright, so this is a button. It has some data toggle and it has some data target. I'm keeping both of this question unanswered unless we code for a model down. Got it? जब तक नीचे कोई model आप code नहीं करते हो. ठीक है? Fine. So here I say again, what should I write? Say display model. Okay, display model. Let me save this. Let me see the piece of code till here. Okay. But if I click to this button, nothing is happening. So never mind. Let me code some paragraph or div tag. I'm using div. You can use paragraph. You can use images also. You see the way we have shown image up. हो सकता है model के रूप में आपको image दिखाना है. Got it? Alright. For under the name of model, you actually want to display an image. Even that could be possible. Okay. So what am I writing here is div class is equals to model. Alright, because if you don't write this, guys, you just give an ID. So let me call it as D1. D1 already tha upar. Acha, D1 was already up. So let me call it as D2. Okay, this is an experiment with the models. Okay, so if I code like this, so what's so great? It is showing the message as here. Got it? As a message, थोड़ी display करना था. We never wanted to display this text as a message. Right? So let me treat it as a of the type model. So how will you do that? Model. Alright, fine. This will be model. So what I do here is data toggle model. So tell me what does data toggle ask you? What to do? Correct. So now when this button is clicked, what to do? Call some model. Now clear? Those who were a bit confused that time asking question, Shreyas, Navin, up samjha? Data toggle last time was collapse. That means what to do if that button is clicked? Call collapsible element. Now what are you telling? What to do if this button is clicked? Call a model. It's not a class. It's a value to this attribute. Clear? Although definitely it will ask you which model, the one whose ID is D2. Because it is possible there are many models defined below. So the one whose ID is D2. So let me say hashtag D2. Clear? Let me run till the code till here. Let's see it happens or not. Oh, it is working. Although the output is not that appealing. that pleasing. Hi people, are you understanding? This is not so convincing, but it is working. You could see, I can still read this is an experiment with the model. Alright? हाँ तो वो बेचारे की क्या गलती है, वो तो उधर ही बताएगा जिधर आपने कोड किया है. So when I say display model, the screen goes grayed and it comes back here. And eventually I have to refresh the screen to get rid of it. There is no other way to go out. Understanding? See, I literally have to refresh it to go back. Alright, fine. So now what happens here, you know, see, sometimes if I show you one model I kept created before the class starts today. Say try model. Ma'am, are you doing some real-time projects, ma'am? Because now company expects this type, ma'am. Yes. Okay, I'm not talking about any real-time projects now, Navin. We are as of now focused on completing the content of the syllabus. But I'll come to your point. Is it okay? Of course, we are going to do projects. Okay. Students, have a look, please. I click on try model button. This is one website I kept created. Small. ताकि आप पहले output देखिए. See, when I click to this, you saw what happened here? And I have given a cross button here so that I don't have to refresh the page. But आप पीछे वाला page access नहीं कर सकते हो. You got my point? See, it is grayed. वो ग्रे हो गया है. What if I want to click on this button? Am I right? And I did refresh people. Control R किया यहाँ से. So if I go to try model, is that okay? Fine. So this is something. You could see I have written something in the header of the model, something I have written in the body of the model. So this is how you can create. So let me show you that how to do it. Okay. Let me first complete the code. Let me see. Can we give class name to div tag to data target? Can we give class name of div tag? No, my friend. What is the class name of this tag? The class name of this tag is model. This is already a defined name, correct? If you are connecting this way, भाई इधर जो class दिया वही इधर होना चाहिए, ऐसे बता रहे अगर आप, so that is not always true, my friend, because you know what, sometimes after writing this we can also say model fade, but now the two classes are different. See, okay, it slowly fades. Maybe the effect is not on. I just coded this to show you. I just coded this to show थोड़ा सा animation effect देता है fade होने वाला. Okay, but now see, even if I've written model fade here, while toggle you can't write model fade. For fading the animation, इधर आप नहीं लिख सकते हो. Right, so Shiraz, that would be wrong to say, I think. Okay, can we give the class name of div to data? अच्छा हाँ, data target की अगर आप बात करें तो. No, my friend, no. You can write only the ID name. Understood? Again, the answer to your question is no. Data target only accepts the ID. It doesn't accept any class. Now clear? Right? आप उसको class देकर किसी तरह से output ला भी लोगे, but that is not actually the underlying implementation of data target. Its prototype actually demands the ID of the element, not the class of an element. Alright, because class might contain multiple, there can be so many, Shiraz, look, there can be so many elements having the same class. So what? You want to show the content of each of them as a model or as a collapse? That's not possible. Others, are you understanding what Shiraz is asking to us? जहां मैंने D2 लिखा है, see that highlighted part. अरे बट वो तो ID है. किसी टैग का ID देने के बजाय अगर आपने उसका क्लास नेम भी दिया होता, so would it work? Answer is no. I'm giving you the reason why. First of all, there can be many elements belonging to the same class, right? Alright, there can be many elements belonging to the same class. So if when you say data collapse and call the class 2, but class 2 में बहुत सारे element है, सबका content थोड़ी दिखाता छुपाता बैठेगा वो. Hide and show, correct? Everybody's content it will not keep hiding, showing. That's the reason data target always demands ID, because ID guarantee that's going to be only one element. Good question, in fact. Good question. I appreciate that. Alright, take it. Chalo. So this is not possible. Alright, so you could see the model class started. Inside model, you can have class model content people. Okay, even in fact before the model content we write model dialog. You have to follow this hierarchy. Model dialog. See, this is entirely called as a dialog box. आप जो देख रहे हो, this is entirely a model dialog. Got it? So if you want to create this kind of model, so first write model dialog. Okay, inside model dialog you have model content. Follow the descending order of hierarchy, people. First of all, model dialog has content, but content can be model header, model body, and model footer. Understood? Model header, model body, and model footer. Okay, you just have to give the class name. The design automatically it will manage behind. Hoping people understand. So this is how the hierarchy goes. Look, if we first create a model dialog to create a dialog box kind of content. Otherwise it displays just one line of data as a paragraph. Model dialog then has model content, which is made up of header, body, footer. Okay, inside the header you cannot directly write the text. Inside the header you actually have to code for model title. Okay, model title, people. Like your head has a title, all of us. This is head closing. But you can never expect somebody to write like this, people. See, day 31 and head closes here. Wrong. This can't happen. Because head never displays any data. Head has a title element to display the data. Correct? Head अपने आप में कुछ भी contain नहीं करता. Information to display directly. So same thing applies here. Even the model header doesn't have anything to show, but you have to write something in the title. So I write here, say, day 31. Day 31. Let me see if it shows still here or not. This is our page today. So display model. Okay, day 31. You could see only the header shown here. The body and the footer we created, but it got created empty, right? Although I created body section and the footer section, but these both have got created empty as of. People are understanding, I hope. I hope you are understanding that. Okay, so let me put some part into the body. जबकि body में भी आप बहुत कुछ experiment कर सकते हो. Alright, I'm straight away writing now. This is the body of the model. And inside footer, you want to give some buttons to exit. I'm just writing, this is a footer. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so this is a body, this is a footer. You want to align it center and all, etc. But again, the thing is what, see, I want this kind of cross button. Alright, because all that I have to do is again refresh the page or, ultimately terminating the execution on a wrong basis. So the proper thing is we want some button here, right? So how to code for that button? To save our time, I've kept that code written here. I'll just explain you. I'm so sorry. Okay, look here, button type is equals to button. Class is close, because when you say class close, it will automatically make it disappear. Okay, data dismiss, but whom to close? This is what data dismiss talks about. People, data dismiss. Whom to close? The model. Okay, data dismiss model. Alright, and we are using something called as times. People, times. Ampersand, times, and semicolon. Let me see how many of you understand. See, we can't type X to demonstrate the close button. This way. X, where is X? In fact, X is a key here. No, this will not write the close button. to get this kind of symbol. See, this kind of, and my mouse pointer is right now. If I attempt to close this notepad, to make button look like this, ampersand times semicolon is a keyword. Got it? Similarly, minimize has its own keyword, maximize has its own keyword, minimize, maximize itself. But for close, if you want this kind of button as a cross mark wahan par, so you can't write just X. In fact, the keyword to display that closes ampersand times and semicolon. I would be glad if somebody acknowledges this part. Clear? So if I could copy this, if I could bring it into my Visual Studio Code. Now suppose if you write that button tag here, okay, you see where the button gets created. You see where the button gets created as a display modal. So the button gets created after footer. Is it okay? And if you never wanted to create the button here, you want to create somewhere in the top right. So better you place this code inside the header. Am I right? So let me place this code inside the header. Okay. Display modal. I think this looks pretty cool. Clear. Thank you everyone who said clear and yes ma'am. Thank you. Okay, you see, so that depends upon where you exactly want to write it. For example, if I remove this ampersand times, if I remove this and if I write here like this X, display modal. No, this is not that close. I hope you're getting my point. It isn't working also. I'm clicking so many times. You understood? This isn't working. This isn't working. That's the reason. Make sure that you're writing that ampersand times. What happened? I did not save. I saved it. Let me refresh. Okay, there is some problem here. Okay. I think I lost this hyphen between data dismiss. Data hyphen dismiss, by mistake I got erased it. So display modal, and finally it goes off. Is that okay? Where do I get HTML entity, man? Which HTML entity, Navin? Which HTML entity you're talking about? I didn't get the question. Okay, clear it in the chat section by the time I go ahead. Alright, so the concept of model is clear, people. This is how you can work out a lot of things with the model. So you can animate the model. You can put some other restrictions upon the model. So these are the basic things that I showed you which can be played via models. Is that fine? Okay, आगे बढ़ते हैं. Other than that, what else we have? Okay, carousel will do in the end. Carousel will take time. Tooltip and popover. Okay, tooltip and popover. Now, what is tooltip? You know, see. First, look at the output of the page that I've already kept it coded. Okay, I just place my mouse on this button. मैंने इस पर click नहीं किया. It shows me some message. Again, I click. It shows me some message. Again I click, it shows me some message. Again I click, it shows me some message. This you can make this happen when somebody keeps the pointer on an image also. Like if I could go to Wikipedia. Let me quickly come here. I go to Wikipedia. Okay, let me say Diwali 2023. Okay. Is there any result from Wikipedia here? Okay, here it is. Okay, for example, alright, if there is any image, okay, I click my pointer here. Okay, there's no tooltip. So if I could click it here, oh, okay, you could see this is another kind of, in fact, a small box coming up. I can't say this is a tooltip. This is not exactly a tooltip. Okay, I think they haven't provided any tooltip here. So this is a waste of time. If I could refer to some other page. Let me check here. Okay. 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 If I get, well, if we won't waste time. In fact, we will code the one. Clear? It's like you keep your pointer on an image and it shows the description of the image or some title of the image, something like that. In fact, most of the website provides. So what if I go to school bags on Amazon or Flipkart? Okay, let me go to the official website of Flipkart. Okay, or maybe it is taking time to load. Alright, never mind. Let's see then how to code that. Okay, the moment you keep your pointer and it shows some title about that image, that's a kind of a tooltip which can be played around with the image as well. Okay, so you just keep your pointer over anything and it shows some information about it. Alright, fine. Okay, let me show you this way if you can understand. Come on, take a time of your own. कोई भी एक चीज पढ़ो यहाँ पे, सब पढ़ने का जरूरत नहीं है. So I created one button of the type secondary. If someone clicks on this button, again the two question, toggle to tooltip means what to do? Call the tooltip a component. Tooltip को बुलाना. I hope you got my point. Okay, tooltip को बुलाना. इसको भगा दो. Okay, forget about this data placement. That I will talk about that later. Okay, title is always the content which you want to show on the tooltip. Which you want to show on the tooltip. So if I could copy this and paste it here. Okay, paste it here. Now tell me. Okay, so this is my button tooltip on top. Right, let me just save this and show you. You get it here? Tooltip on top. And when I click to this button, I'm not clicking it. Friends, I'm not clicking this. I'm not clicking this. I just keep my mouse pointer here and I get some message. But this doesn't happen here. आप देख रहे हो? ये चीज यहाँ पर नहीं होती है when I click the pointer on the display modal. But when I click pointer on this button, it shows me. Right? The reason why, since I said toggle to tooltip. Alright, toggle to tooltip, and you just have to talk about the title if someone toggles to the tooltip. Alright, of course, tooltip is not some paragraph kind of or something that whose message you want to display. You can even give it a trial, but title always need to be specified when you talk about the tooltip. Say, if I click here something like this, hooray, hooray, and I come here, so it shows me hooray, correct? So that's the title. Okay, this is what we are displaying. Okay, and suppose if I come here, type the title like this, good day 31, and I come back here, and if you are expecting something like this, say P paragraph. Okay, paragraph. Let me say class is equals to tooltip. This is a tooltip. ID is equals to paragraph 2. And this is my tooltip. Suppose if you're expecting this way, and instead of title, you try here data target. Okay, that is hashtag P2. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Correct? So there's nothing happening. So moral of the story, if you're talking about tooltip, okay, if you are talking about tooltip, you need something that is called as a title. That's okay. Or, and if you're expecting something like this, a title should be something like that. No, so it is displaying hashtag P2 as it is. That doesn't make sense. Right? So this is how we actually display the tooltip. Say this is my tooltip. Finish. This is my tooltip. Okay, fine. These things are additional, like data placement top, data placement left, because if you could see this one, the directions of the tooltip, see this is top, this is right. Acha, this was showing me bottom. I need to check why. This is right, this is again bottom. I might have done some mistake in the copy paste there. Right, this is bottom, and this is showing on the left side. But ये सब आपको तब तक नहीं बताता है जब तक आप jQuery से tooltip को enable नहीं करते हो. You understood? You have to enable, friends. I have missed that part. I didn't show you how to do it. We are working with all default effects. The reason why, because we have not yet learned JScript, jQuery. You might be confused in that code otherwise. Alright, I'll still show you something how to do it. Let's take popover. See, if I just click, okay. See, this is a link click. If I click to it, this is not a tooltip, people, because tooltip happens only when you only when you hover your mouse over the component. You understanding? This is the difference between tooltip and popover. Popover में आपको click करना पड़ता है. See, I click, it appears. I click, it disappear. Click, it appears. You click, it disappear. Again click, it appears. Again you click, it disappears. So that's the difference between tooltip and the popover. Take it as an interview question also with respect to BootStrap. Tooltip और popover में क्या difference है? So even if I just hover upon this button, I could see the message. Hover upon, I could see the message. Hover upon, I could see the message. If I hover upon click, I don't find any message because the effect here is of the class popover and not tooltip. So if you click it, you find something like this written. Yes, Bharat, we are going to learn jQuery, my friend. jQuery, although we will be learning it just to have an idea, we are never going to use jQuery in our end projects because we will be working with another good framework, that is Django. आपको jQuery का जरूरत पड़ेगा नहीं, but हम jQuery सीखेंगे जरूर. Understood? Mostly from tomorrow, in the second half of the lecture, we'll be resuming JavaScript back. Event handling, jQuery. We have some anonymous functions coming up. Alright, we have some arrow functions coming up after completing that concepts of JavaScript. You will be having 1 day or maybe 2 days exclusively for jQuery. Is it okay? Fine. So this code is actually achieved through jQuery. Hoping you're understanding. All of us, okay? Anyways, let me still show you how did I do that. See, if I write data placement top, let's see if it is working for us. No, it is still showing me on the bottom, right? It is still showing me in the bottom. Okay, so if I write data placement right, data placement right, no, it is still showing me in the bottom. So all these tooltip effects to be enabled, you actually have to code a jQuery like this inside script and then script. Don't break your head, only if you understand jQuery. Fine. Okay, what we have to do is, come on, jQuery has a function, people. This is a short form in jQuery. What is basically a jQuery or Java query? It makes our JavaScript coding easier. Otherwise, without jQuery, what we can write with 10 lines of code, jQuery help us to write in just 1 or 2 lines. So it minimizes the JavaScript coding. Hello, all my friends who are present here. Are you understanding? Alright. My friend, React के लिए अभी time है. React will start only after Python completes. We can take it as a complete good 1 to 1.5 months. Akshay, is it fine? And I think I've answered this many times. For React Angular, we still have to go on. We need to have yet more idea of programming and then moving ahead to React Angular. Take it, coming back to this point again. Fine. So when you're talking about this one, so this is actually a short form of writing jQuery function itself. Alright, whom you want, document. And inside this is itself a short form of writing, or let me say document.getElement by ID. Are you understanding? This is itself a short form of writing document.getElement by ID. Right? So here I want document. Document is a web page itself. When document is ready, people, this is an inbuilt function of jQuery. Ready. And this function is generally called when a web page is loaded, like this. Jabki there is a difference between a ready function and an onload function. As of now, to let me say, cut short the point. Ready is like when the document is ready, when the web page is loaded, what to do? Call a function. You saw one thing, I have not given any name to the function. Okay, because ready function takes function as an argument. Come on. Again, how we create a function? Tell me, JavaScript में function कैसे बनाते हैं आप? You write function and you give some name to the function, correct? And later on we call this function by the given name, that is sum in this case. Right? But when you create a function inside the argument, right, we don't have to give any name to the function because function उधर ही create हो रहा है, उधर ही call होता है. Right? इसकी तरह ये अलग से बुलाया नहीं जाएगा. This is a nameless function, people. It's a special type of function which is created and called at the same time. Alright, when ready will be called, this function will be called at the same time, created and called at the same time. So we don't give any names to such function. Right? करना क्या है? करना क्या है? Again, fine. You just have to attach data toggle. What is your data toggle? Tooltip, na? Okay, tooltip. Dot tooltip. Understanding? Dot tooltip. Here we go. Okay, this way, the way I have kept it written here. Dot tooltip. Okay. Dot tooltip. That's it. Finish. Your work is done. Okay, and let me get rid of this code. Okay, what did we do? Anonymous function. We are yet left to do. You can call this one as an anonymous. I didn't use the word anonymous because we have not yet done anonymous. Is it fine? Right? Unknown functions, nameless. That's okay. Nameless or an unknown function. Alright? ये ऐसा भी हो सकता था आप ये function को बाहर बना के अंदर call करो, वो भी चलता था. You create this function outside and then call the function inside. For those who are finding it difficult to understand, these are called as anonymous because these have no names. Unknown कोई हम anonymous बोलते हैं, correct or not? Am I right? I don't know you, so I call you as anonymous. You don't know me, you say she is an anonymous person, outsider. Now because these functions have no name, my friend, if you are asking me that question, good one, that means it's an anonymous. It is created that time and called that time. Why we created and called that time? Because वो ready function को एक function argument भेजना पड़ता है. Right? So how to enable this part? I have kept one short note written here. If you could just understand. Okay. Popovers. In our case, this is tooltip. Okay. आप popover के बदले tooltip पढ़ो. Tooltip must be initialized with jQuery. That is, you have to select the specified element and call the popover method. वही तो काम किया आपने. Come on, select the specified element means wherever data toggle is equals to provider, वो सारे element पर popover function enable करो. So this line of code actually enables popover in the page which is currently loaded. Got it? I repeat one more time. This jQuery code, people, enable. You understand? Enable, disable. It's like a button on off. So you just have to call the popover function for all the elements who will use data toggle popover. Got it? Similarly, what we will write? Enable tooltip function for all those elements who will use data toggle tooltip. Is it okay? Ma'am, voice breaching in between. Is it? Is my voice breaking in between? Others also? Let me know. I will reconnect otherwise. Is the voice breaking in between? Anybody? Come on. By the time you reply, I speak it again. So as soon as the document is loaded, the document is ready, people. For all those elements who are using popover, आपको आगे जाके पता चलेगा ये कितना आसान हो जाता है हमारे लिए jQuery से. It will automatically find the IDs of all those elements, people. That is the shortcut. This is a shortcut actually. Good, thank you everyone. This is your shortcut. You just write data toggle popover. वो खुद ब खुद ढूंढ लेगा, अपने आप से ये काम करेगा, खुद से जिम्मेदारी उठा लेगा. Let me find all those elements by name or by ID who have used data toggle popover, and for them enable the function popover. Got it? So the same thing we are doing here for all those elements using jQuery syntax. Using jQuery syntax, we are finding out all those elements who are using data toggle tooltip and enable the tooltip functionality for them. Is that okay? So this is entirely written inside the script tag. Save this. Let's see it works or not. It works or not. Come here. Oh good, so this time it is showing on the right side. और आप देखोगे टूल टिप का इफेक्ट भी उसने कैसे बराबर दिया, properly in the black background, white text, right or not? Output तो पहले भी आ रहा था. If I do not write this script tag, you see cut out. So output is now also, but am I right? See, output is now also, but the effect is not that when some of the code is not supported. You see data placement, right? ये code support नहीं हुआ. Am I right? People, the browser did not support this code. My friend, where the tooltip is shown on the right side, tooltip is still shown in the bottom. नीचे बता रहा है, right में नहीं. So if it is not showing, that means it is not supporting by default. Got it? नहीं दिखा रहा है मतलब वो नहीं support कर रहा है. नहीं support कर रहा है तो आपको jQuery से enable करना पड़ेगा वो feature. So that was the code we wrote here to enable it. Is it okay? That's the code. You just have to remember by ढूंढ लो अपने आप से. That is the meaning of this function. Shortcut, jQuery shortcut, automatic. ढूंढ लो अपने आप से. Those elements was using data toggle tooltip and apply this function to them. Good. Thank you for everyone who says. So tell me even before using popover. Popover use करे बगैर बता दो popover का कैसे लिखोगे आप in the script only. So when the document is ready, document is a web page here. This one guys, a web page. Keep on refreshing. It is ready. Once it is loaded, what to do? Create and call this anonymous function. This is a function body. Inside the function block, this time I am using a jQuery syntax. Whom you want to call? Come on, the one data toggle. I'm sorry, data toggle is equals to. We are going to use popover. Okay, dot popover. Clear. Dot popover. Fine. Understood, Taylor. Okay. Now we have less time, so let me use my popover code which I've already created here. This is my popover. Okay, popover people. Let me see you understand popover or not. बताओ खुद से समझ लो ये वाली code. Outside the script tab, I am writing this HTML part. My friends present here, try to understand on your own quick. Okay, so I've created anchor. You don't like anchor, you create button. Anchor नहीं अच्छा लगता है तो button बनाइए. I'm using sometime anchor, sometime button to give you a hint. Any such element can be used. Okay, title is a header. थोड़ा सा difference है. You can't just write title here. You first have to write title and then data content. Let me show you what it does. Okay, so data toggle popover. Data toggle popover. So till here what it displays. Okay, some mistake here. Let me check that out. Some mistake. Oh, okay guys. You didn't tell me. I wrote this entirely outside the script. Hello friends. आप देख रहे हो उसने as it is बता दिया. Because I wrote this JavaScript code outside the script tag, which is wrong. It should be inside the script tag. Come here. Place your pointer. Nothing happens. Why? This is not tooltip. This is a popover. आपको click करना पड़ेगा. So when I click this, it shows me some header. It shows me some content. Right? You just want title. You don't want data content. Get rid of this. Let's see what happens. So it shows me only header. It isn't showing me any difference here. Correct? Alright. People, the other difference between tooltip and popover is in popover you can actually show a big message. जैसा Wikipedia बता रहा था. Correct? देखिए यहाँ पे Wikipedia भी वही बता रहा था. I think we were searching something like this. Diwali 2023. And when I open Wikipedia, okay, to search more about Diwali 2023, when I open Wikipedia, so this is not a tooltip, this is a kind of a popover. I think I clicked it. Okay, hoping you are understanding. Clear? Hoping you are understanding. All of us, fine. Okay, so that's another difference between tooltip and the popover. That using popover, you can actually make a huge content to be shown. I just gave you one example there. In case if you want, you can apply popover. जबकि मैंने उधर click किया नहीं था on that sign. Alright, without clicking, it is appearing, so it is possible they might have used some other effect also of BootStrap, but they are coming up one by one to us. Is that okay? All of us fine? I actually intended to do something more with you. That is, who's left now? Carousel is left, and I wanted to do one more thing, that is toast. People toast, but carousel will take at least 15 to 20 minutes of time, so won't be able to extend the class right now. Take it, Navin. We also try to do the same thing, we don't want to trouble you, we also would like to, but the only thing is, do understand us also. Sometimes we are so occupied with the duties, with the schedule, with the commitments, that we याद रख कर भी हम उसको आगे आगे कर देते, कल पे डाल देते. Alright, fine, but I know, I also have remembered that you have asked me some notes on oops definition. It's right in my mind. For a week I'm too occupied due to examinations in different colleges going on. हम लोग उसमें बहुत occupied. एक बार semester exam खत्म होता है, we are here with a lot of free time and shall fulfill everything. Clear? So tomorrow when I see you back sharp at 4 p.m. again, we'll be doing carousel. People, carousel is very interesting. Make sure you are here on time. Okay, I thought we were able to do today. See this way. I mean, my image size is very big. See, you could see where I'm clicking here. These are called as indicators. कभी कभी ये dot भी होता है आपके मोबाइल फोन में. Right, the home page also. Okay, the home page of a scene. You see, I don't know whether I'm able to show you or not. It shows me so many dots. If I click on second dot, I click on third dot. और जैसा एंड्रॉइड या एप्पल फोन्स आपको स्क्रीन पे डॉट्स देता है नीचे, these are indicators. Similarly, these are indicators of the carousels. Right? These are the buttons which help me take to next slide or the previous slide. Correct? Next slide or the previous slide. So we'll see how to create these carousels firstly. Alright, this is all thing we'll be doing it tomorrow. Alright. Chalega guys, fine. Any other question other than notes? Would that be fine? Right after the class ends today, I'll be sharing everything that I used in a minute. Okay, let's have a quick recap of what we have learned today. Girls and boys, 1 minute or DJ. Let's have a quick recap. We started from here, that is collapse. So when I click here, it shows me an image. When I click again, the image goes off. When I click on the show button, image comes. So whether it is a link or a button, on clicking, if something appears, that's a collapsible element. To achieve all these today, we have made use of two special attributes, data toggle and data target. Remember, data toggle always asks you the question. Guys, data toggle always asks you the question. Where did I write that? Okay, what to do? Karna kya hai? And data target always asks you to question what to open. Say if you say data toggle collapse, that means call the collapsible element if the button is clicked. But then another question comes in front. Which collapsible element? There are so many there. Is that okay? Hoping you're understanding my point. Next one that we studied was the modals. Modal took time. Modal is a modal dialog. It can contain content. Content consist of header, body and the footer. You want to can make the model looks very big also. Some people even create an entire HTML forms on the model. People, are you getting it? Say you're visiting my website first time. और बीच में अचानक से मैंने ऐसा मॉडल डिस्प्ले कर दिया and I'm asking you to sign up there first. It might have happened with you. आपके साथ कभी ना कभी ऐसा हुआ होगा. Understood? I display one form. It's a sign up form. But you sign in first, only then you can continue ahead. Is that okay? Fine. We can also provide some data dismiss option there with a cross button ampersand times. I think Navin asked me from where I can get the list of all these keywords. I'll give you the official documentation of HTML with a proper link wherein you can search these keywords. Clear? Fine. Okay, then we studied tooltips. Tooltips is like when you place a pointer over a link and it shows down some message. The difference between tooltip and popover is, for popover you actually have to click, but for tooltip you only have to hover upon. You don't have to click anywhere, correct? Other difference between the tooltip and the popover, using popover you can actually display a long message, but tooltips are generally the short messages. I hope you got my point. People, now it's your job. You have to refer to the official website of Bootstrap, study more about models, study more about tooltips, what else you can do, and so on. Alright, so tomorrow in the first half, we will be learning how to build that carousels of images. Then we will learn how to create the toast effect. Then we'll resume back our JavaScript. 4-5 दिन JavaScript करने के बाद we'll go back to CSS का leftover part, that is responsive website and the media queries. Is it okay? Yes, my friend, that we will be doing real-time applications, but उसके लिए we have to learn at least one backend. Is that okay? We have to learn at least one backend like MySQL or Django kind of framework. या तो एक backend tool या तो एक backend framework हमको सीखना पड़ेगा for the project work. Hoping you understand. In fact, project is a criteria for you to earn certificate here from us. तो वो तो हम आपको definitely सिखाएंगे, जिस उससे पहले आप खुद बनाएं. Clear? Fine. All right. Okay. If any guess, I'm sorry, any question that you would like to ask, let me know. Like in Instagram without login also it shows blur. Okay, correct. I think Shiraz has given a good answer again. Example, in Instagram without login it shows you blur background. Correct. So that only if you log in, the processing, the displaying could happen further. Right? That's all. I hope you got my point. Hope you all have liked our work. You are understanding our explanation. Our efforts are reaching out to you. If so, then please do like our videos and also ask your other friends who are aspiring to learn coding, especially from non-IT backgrounds, who wish to learn from the to scratch. Let them, with your mouth of word or word of mouth, please spread it and let them subscribe to us. Okay? Alright guys, fine. Your feedbacks, your comments, your acknowledgements matter us a lot. Okay, thank you. See you back tomorrow once again at 4 p.m. Goodbye. Take care.